Hello everybody, Floppy Hat Photos back here again for another episode of Taking Care of My Father. And today is Wednesday the 18th, and today was a surprisingly rough day. Ended up taking off and went and did my run for my training for my marathon, took the dog with me and actually ran to the assisted care living center. I ended up running about 4.5 miles, like 4.51 when I got there. Not that I guess that's important. I'm just weird about those details. So got there and that. Me and the dog both are kind of hot and wore out and that. Got in the room, and as I was getting to the room, getting my key out, the nursing staff was there. They went ahead and let me in, and they informed me the fact he had a really rough night. He wasn't able to swallow anything at all overnight, so he didn't get his AM meds, and he was definitely in like tons and tons of pain. He was bitching. He was complaining. I was able to get the staff to basically agreed to bring in IV medication, so because he can't swallow with the dam. We went ahead, I got him up, and he was basically fighting the staff. He was arguing with them. He was calling them liars, all that kind of stuff. I started talking to him, got him calmed down, let him realize the fact that I was there. He hadn't even opened his eyes yet. And then once he heard me, he kind of calmed down. He really settled down a little bit. He started listening to me, and I was telling him the information about the IV medication, all that kind of stuff. And then he started believing me. It's almost like he won't believe staff at all until I tell him myself, and then he believes me. So definitely it was kind of a rough day there. It was just absolute crap. We did get some pain pills crushed up. We got them all actually chopped up in little tiny pieces, got it in some pudding and got them down his throat at least. We got in a couple of the heavy pain pills for him, which did help to settle down. They come on pretty quick, so within the half an hour or so he was acting a lot better. Staff hadn't thought about it all. Once I was there discussing things, we decided to chop them up and throw them in the pudding. We're still waiting for the IV medication, which is there now. By the time I left, it had not got there yet, but the pain pills had started kicking in, and he was doing much, much better. Plus, I had bought a pain-relieving cream that I had really good luck with in the past, personally using it, and I'd taken that out there a while back, and they went ahead and rubbed his entire body down with that. Hospice did, and it really seemed to help calm him down. Not sure if it was the actual gel helping that much, or if it's just the fact of just rubbing on his body and stuff, putting the gel on might have just got some blood flowing around and kind of helped distract him a little bit from the concept. I'm not really sure there. We also had an issue with the pump that does an air mattress that fits on his bed was bad, so we went ahead and we did get a new pump, thank goodness. They actually had one down in the basement of the care center in a different room that nobody else had ever picked up yet. So the hospice lady was super keen on that. She remembered that being there, went down and checked, it was there, we got it hooked up. Got his mattress pumped up and got it running again. We were super happy about that part. Then he complained it was too firm, it was too lumpy, so I turned the pressure on a little bit. Hopefully he's going to be doing better with that. We'll see. I'll know a lot more tomorrow with the IV medication, how he's doing. I'm super, excited about that because, like I said, he's not been able to swallow or just keep hanging down, which is definitely going to be helpful, but other than that, it's just, I don't know, it's just a hurry up and wait game with him, unfortunately. And the fact that he's not trusting staff, he doesn't believe any of them stuff, really sucks. But so far, it's been working out really good. I've got a great rapport with the entire staff, and they're calling me with things anytime they need stuff, which works out good for him. And he's listening to me still. He's actually understanding the fact that, like I told him years ago, the few times we've talked, I said, I gave up lying a long damn time ago, and I'm never going to lie to you. Now, I have slightly misled him a little bit on a couple things and stuff, but it's not only for his own benefit kind of deal. So when I tell him the IV medication's coming, it's coming. I'm never going to lie to that kind of stuff. The one thing he kept asking, like the pudding, it's to get the pills down, is to coat his stomach so he's, doesn't throw up his pain pills, that kind of thing. He's like, it's not going to extend my life. And theoretically, technically, yes, 2 spoonfuls of pudding would extend his life or have nutrition in his body that wouldn't be there normally. But that's not, if I tell him that, I'm afraid he won't eat it and he wouldn't get the pain pills at all. And he's got to have something in his stomach or he's going to throw it back up and he's going to be in horrendous pain. Although we got the IV now, so he's going to refuse food. I know he's going to refuse it by tomorrow. And all we're going to do is sit there and basically watch him starve himself to death, I guess. I mean, there's really no other way to explain it other than that. So I don't think they're going to put a feeding tube in. I had a couple people ask me about that, and I believe that would be considered life-sustaining, treatment, and that's nothing he wants. So we got to definitely, I don't know, discuss that, I guess, and go from there. But I don't think that's what he wants, so we're going to have to figure it out. I just know we're going to be losing him mentally pretty soon. After I got done, got the pills and stuff, I went down and talked to staff. Went back in the room, checked on him. He was actually really doing good. He was really lucid. And basically, he was asking how things were going. He was asking why things were taking so long with like the IV medication, that kind of stuff. And I explained to him the fact that hospice had received a phone call stating the fact that my brother was first on the medical director, not me. and they're not allowed to basically give me information anymore. So I told him it was either my brother or his wife that had called up and had put a stop to that, which now delays everything. I have to go through staff, and the staff has to go to hospice comes back to staff comes back to me. So it's definitely a big pain in the ass. I don't know why she has to put her, I'm 95% positive it was Heather that done it, not Jeff. And they just had to stick their nose in shit. She can't leave nothing else alone. I'm kind of getting to the point now where, for somebody who sat there and Sunday we talked, we had a great conversation, all that crap, it would just piss me off to no end. So, and then on top of that, I find out the fact that my brother went over and stopped by the hospital my grandma and grandpa were at. My grandma's still in the hospital, which she is out now today, and that's definitely a good thing. I'm glad she's out. But he stopped by there and basically ranted and bitched. I didn't get into it much because I didn't want to upset my grandma any more than she needed to be. So I'm going to go talk to my grandpa tomorrow and find out more of what Jeff actually said and go from there. And basically, from what it comes up with, he's pissed off that Dad put the two stepkids and myself in the will because he believed he should get everything. I don't know why he believes he should get everything, because he hasn't done shit for Dad really over the years. He's always mooshed off him, always calls Dad up for rides, never pays him for gas. Dad's been paying for storage units over the years for him, never got shit back from him. Pays for his freaking tax on his house, never gets paid back, all kind of stuff. Every time Jeff would borrow the trailer, he'd tear it up, just all kinds of junk. He borrows tools, never brings them back. Dad paid for like 90% of the repairs in the house, according to Grandma and Grandpa, all this kind of stuff. But what did my Grandma and Grandpa do? They don't say crap because they're chickens and they're wusses and they don't want to have a confrontation. So they're just going to let him vent, let him bitch, and let him think that I'm the one that got in Dad's ear. I didn't know I was even in the damn will until Dad signed it at the hospital the day before he went into, assisted care living with the lawyer. So it's absolutely crazy as hell. I'd even told Grandpa the fact that I wasn't in the will. I believed I wasn't in the will until that day also. And that was before it. And Grandpa's like, that's not right. You should be there also. You should get half, which he thought Jeff and I should split it, although technically it's going 4 ways with the stepkids too, which I give a shit less. My whole thing's in the fact that I don't care if I get anything. I just don't want Jeff getting it all is where I'm at there. So other than that, I don't know why they think they need to basically screw up things with me and Dad there with her helping with medical. If Jeff was out there every day like I am 2 or 3 times a day, I'd be perfectly fine letting him make every damn decision. But he's not. The staff out there at the Continental is also saying the fact that they prefer to talk to me. They can't get crap out of him. He's a very introverted person. He's bipolar. He's got screwed up issues there and stuff. And it's a mess. It's an absolute mess. And why they feel they got to stick their nose in shit that is not needed makes no sense to me at all. So I'm just really pissed off in the whole situation. Part of me wants to just bail out and just let him sit there and rot and let them take care of it. But I can't do that to my father. I mean, regardless of how he was as a father to me, I can't do that. I mean, the man didn't speak to me for over a decade and then barely spoke to me for 5 years, except when he needed help, like digging out his, water lines and that kind of stuff. There was never a, hey, let's go hang out, let's go have fun, let's sit around here and bullshit, let's build a coffee table together. None of that stuff in the last 15 years. Wasn't much of that beforehand, but definitely not the last 15 years. But I cannot let that affect who I am and what I am. So, only thing I know is I'm out there, I'm doing every damn thing I can to keep him comfortable, keep him safe, and keep him calm is the biggest thing. So, other than that, I don't really know of much. I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Have yourself a safe and wonderful day. No matter how your family treats you, no matter what, they're still family, and you have to do the best you can to care for the ones that are in need. So, wish me luck.